Oh my goodness, look at that, in that weed. Hey. Oh boy. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? Hey guys, we're back. Everybody who fishes for crappie knows what these are. Slip floats, corks, bobbers, whatever you call them. All different styles and shapes and models and colors. You name it under the rainbow. But this video isn't about float fishing for spring crappie. This is about using these things right here. And what are they? They're the actual slip float stops that we use. There's all kinds of models out there, all kinds of shapes and styles and stuff, but there are certain ones that outshine the other ones. I want to break down real briefly with some examples of the different styles we use, why you should consider them when you fish crappie this spring. But when I'm picking the different areas to fish with slip floats, the biggest consideration I have is the different sizes of the floats to match the conditions, wave conditions, the depth I'm fishing, the size of the jig head and stuff. So I'm going to try to break down a few things that will help you when you're fishing slip float crappie in spring, summer, fall. Okay, so basically you see there's so many different styles: big, bad, small, thin, wild. But the number one theme is having that signal for bites. And these little bobber stops, okay, and they're pinned, very easy to put on. I'll show you how to do that, okay. But the premise is those being put on the line, up on the line at different depths. Like this one's about 5 feet, and it's right there on this rod, that I can adjust it back and forth until I find the exact depth the fish are sitting on either weed, rock, or wood. Or sometimes I can put it down 15 feet if I wanted to, if the fish are suspended. But most of I guess they know we're having a fish fry, because these are the ones. Whoa! Oh, no, you know what? That's a female. That's one of my, maybe a picture fish. Hey, want to go on a picture? Look at that. No, I'll let her go. Look at that. She's got all eggs in there, boy. And she's maybe 11 and a half, 12 inch. But boy, I want her to make babies. Ready? Go on. I'm going to call that karma. Because the karma of me letting her go, maybe when I make this cast, I can catch a 4-inch or 14-inch big male that's done his business for some pictures. And maybe a couple more 13s for dinner. Yep, laid the float down. Wow! Doesn't feel that big. Well, doesn't matter, right, when you're fishing for crappies? I think you're another one. Oh my goodness me, huh? Look at the belly on that one again too. If I'm betting, that's a female. Let's put you back too, huh? Go on. Go back, do your business. I'm just gonna keep going, man. I'm just gonna keep casting. Just keep casting. Let's see how many I can get in a row on this deep weed bed with my little light bite float. Find the school where they moved. Oh, wow. Just wow. Watch when I put it right on specific spot. Now see where the marker buoy is? I don't care what kind of sonars you use. You could never specifically have exact the spot of where these fish move to on this weed bed without that marker. There's no way. You'd be in the general area, but they seem to be so locked right on the front of that weed. It's incredible. See, it's so important to have the adjustable little bobber stop, okay? It just slides up and down. It does not put any damage on your line whatsoever. You know, they're just made perfectly, so you can just slide it back and forth based on where the fish are, and you can see that sometimes I put it down to like 7 feet, nothing. 6 feet, nothing. 5 feet. So what that shows me is these fish are right above the weed. Right above, and then moving around that weed bed back and forth, because every time I adjust it back to about 5 feet, I make them look up, and in that little bit of wave action, it's moving the float, okay? float's moving. So I'm not doing a lot of things. Once in a while, little twitches of the rod tip just to get those little crappie magnet little feet or little legs kind of thing, just kick a little bit. A lot of times you can provoke a crappie to bite. But basically, it's just going along, little twitches, and find the right depth, find the fish on the school, and you'll catch them. Here's some of the styles right here. Let me tell you before I go any further, nobody is giving us free product to do this video. These are some of the choices that I like to use because they work for me, make my fishing a lot more fun and simple because there's no headaches. One of the most popular ones that I'm using right now are the ones called the Danielson, okay? They're real simple, black and red, easy to see. Put those on the line with the slip floats. I'm going to show you a couple of examples of how we rig that up. So we put that on. They're nice and small. They don't impede the line. You can move them up and down. And depending on the size of the tip of the guide of the rods you use, these little bobber stops will fit through it. All depends which ones you use. But I'm going to show you some of the ones as well, like the ones right here by Eagle Claw, the bobber stops with the beads, how they work, how they can go through the guides, no problem. But again, it's all your preference. But for me, the little black and red ones by Danielson, they work perfect. Just a favorite. Locked. Oh, I think we got another one for you. Oh yeah, it is. Bottom of the jaw, a skinny male, but perfect size. There's the testament using good jigs. Yeah, eater. See? Yeah, you're all skinny. Put and take fishery. Respect it, but man, feel free to enjoy one of Ontario's finest right there. Fish fry crappie. All right, here's your little bobber stops, okay? They come on these little wires and stuff, and they have like little loops at the end, what makes it easy. So I just pick the end of my line like this, that I'm going to put the slip float on. And you got the little loop, so you just put it through the loop, just like that. Bring it up a little bit through here, okay? Then you just take the end of the little bobber stop, push it like that, slide it up, and now it's on the line. Look at that, there's your line. So now I just put it up the line, just out of the way. When I'm putting the float on, you just get your favorite float, whatever one you decide to pick. And you just put it in, put it through the middle of the float, comes out. So now it just slides, okay? See that? Slip, slide, that's the deal. Put on your split shot, put on your jig, and you're ready to fish slip float crappie. These one here by Drennan, great little stops, man. They're made for like real finesse fishing for steelhead and crystal clear waters and stuff, so you know they make quality products. They're small, they're compact, but they work perfect with smaller slip floats when I'm using more of the slender style like that there. Okay, they're like the pencil style, or I'm using some of the ones that the steelheaders use a lot. Okay, they have a little thing at the top to put your night float sticks and stuff like that on. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But these floats are so delicate, man. And using the small bobber stops, it just works great for me too. Oh boy. Nice silver. Look at this, dude. Look at the sheen. Oh, where are you going? This way? Look at that. Nice sheen of crappie. Wow. Look where he's got it, man. Look at that. Isn't that something? Eagle Claw, bobber stops. These are the ones you can fit through your line guides without any damaging, okay, on your rods. These ones, let me show you real quickly how you put these on. Simple stuff. I buy bulk packs because I use them a lot. So you put your line through, whether it be braid, fluorocarbon, or monofilament, through that little piece of plastic, okay? You slide it down to preferred depths. But remember, when you pull the little knot string, pull it upwards onto your line, otherwise you can't get the piece of plastic off, okay? Slide the plastic off, take the tag ends of the knot, and just slowly tighten up, okay? You can just tighten that up a little bit more. You get your scissors. I like the ones that you can cut braid with because it cuts it really good and clear. So you take the tag end, cut off one end like that, Go to the other side. You come down, okay? Depending how much you want to hang off, it's up to you for your tag ends, okay? Then I cut the other side off. So now you have this bobber stop that you can slide up and down wherever you want, okay? Can you see that? I know it's pretty tiny, that's why it fits through the guys really easy. But you can tighten up the tag ends. Some guys lose the tag ends a little bit longer so they can just tighten it up a bit more if it slides on your line. But I like it nice and tight. I pull it tight. I even use little long nose pliers to tighten it up. I'll just pull like that. But anytime I can just slide it back and forth. The bobber goes up to this, stops at this. It's another choice for bobber stops for spring crappie. Like that one. Oh boy. Is that almost a netter? Oh, it is, Carl. It is, it is. Stay on, boy, stay on, boy. Stay on. Oh boy. Yes, sir. Carl gets a picture fish. Carl gets a picture crappie. That's it right there. That's what I'm looking for right there. There's the picture fish with the slab, with the crappie magnet right there. There's our picture right there. It's a female. I'll show you. I will let her go. But that's it right there. 14-inch, beautiful, black and gold. Look at the belly. It's going to be spawning soon, going shallow. But for now, catch a nice big one, net it, take some pictures, and we'll let her go. Okay, it's no secret, you know I love to use fluorocarbon line unless it's really muddy or I'm fishing down the deep south, okay? I'll use monofilaments, maybe some braid. But when I want to get away with using braid for making long casts with floats, so I can get those longer distances, okay, but still have the feel in the braid that transmits through the braid, through the rod, to my hand on the cork, and feeling those real soft bites, because it's incredible how soft a crappie can bite, but you can still feel it through the cork, through the handle on the rod, through the float. But I want to get away with them not seeing the braid, okay? It's a confidence thing. So I put on the fluorocarbon. How do I do that? You can use different knots to attach line to braid, but let me show you what I use instead of that to make it a little bit easier and making sure I don't have any loose links in the chain. I'll use a tiny, tiny little ball bearing swivel, okay? That's it. Here's a couple examples of them right here. Eagle Claw and a European brand as well too. Excellent small little ant-like swivels. Some of them are so small you can get away with reeling in through your rod guides, but they help you attach the braid to the fluorocarbon so you can achieve a couple things. You can cast farther with the braid, have more line on, you can feel the transmitted soft bites through the float into the rod, but you still have the fluorocarbon properties that the fish don't see anything but the bait or live meat that you're using below the float. Getting a bit better. Getting a little bit better. That's probably a 12-incher. Okay? It's probably a 12-incher. We'll let them go, aren't we? Yeah, man. Look at that. Sometimes you just got to move around, no matter where you are. Or a bay off a small, or a big lake anyway, a small bay. It took me, what, 2.5 hours to find them. Going into cuts, fishing shallow at the very end of cuts, fallen trees, some brush. Now I come to the front of this canal, and there's weed here, and it's 3.5, 4 feet deep, and they're staged in the weed. Incredible. Most lakes have this kind of stuff. You just gotta find the sparse weed, and there's the crappies. Oh boy, oh boy. Look at that. How's that? Huh? Ready? Oh boy. Look at the belly on that thing. Look at how he took that slab magnet. Look at it. I think you wanted that. That's what you need to find right there. And poked it. Chartreuse, 1/16 ounce little jig head. White chartreuse. I'd say that's a picture fish, huh? Oh yeah, we're gonna let them go, for sure. Let them do their business. We'll put them in here. Get a buddy. Okay, if you got your eyesight sort of like me, dim light, twilight, early mornings with long casts, with small floats, sometimes you just miss that bite and your partner is giving the elbow in the ribs and say, your float, it's gone, wake up. You know what I mean? So here's a way to enhance seeing the float at a distance, regardless how far you're fishing, regardless of the wavy conditions. You still want to use a sensitive float so the fish don't feel that float. They feel the bait in their mouth, they hold on to it, they swim, they either make the float sit up or they pull the float underwater. So the sensitivity of the float you still want to achieve. So what I do is I put on these things right here called the little silicone tip top, okay? There's bright chartreuse, there's clear ones. Here's what they look like on the screen, okay? But they attach, you can cut a little piece off like I have here, and I put it onto that little float, okay? Right on the tip of it. And at the tip of it right there, I put on one of these things right here, okay? Star bright, starlight, let me catch a big slab tonight. That right there. Basically you shake it, break it in half, it glows just like you're at one of those concerts you were years ago when you were a kid, okay? You put it in the tip and it shines for hours. So you can see those soft little floats at a distance without squinting your eyes and missing bites by using the little starlight, star bright enhancers, the glow of the crappie bite to help you catch them when you got eyesight like me. Some tips and examples to help you this spring catch more crappie with slip floats. There's different applications, a few little tricks, and there's always new products out there on the market for the regardless of the style of the little cork or bobber you want to use for crappie. But think about the different areas of where you want to fish, water clarity, the time of day, and obviously the different type of bobber stops that are available, or even the little glow tips to help you catch more and bigger crappie this spring. Hope you subscribe to our channel, tell your friends about our channel, subscribe, watch our stuff. If you like it, hey, post some comments. We're here to help. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time, maybe on your favorite canal, river, lake, or stream for crappie this spring.